Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crafty Couple. Today we've got some really simple Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs. The best part about it is you're only going to need a few products and a few minutes of your time. They are super simple and you can get them done in just a few minutes. So we hope you guys are excited for today's video and for these beautiful Christmas DIYs. Let us know in the comments which one's your favorite. Let's jump in and get started. For this project, we're going to be creating a couple candle holders from Dollar Tree. We're going to be using these wood pen holders. Now, this was the first time that we have seen these at a Dollar Tree, so we were pretty excited. We had to get quite a few of them and make some different crafts. So the first thing that we're going to do here is stack one on top of the other and glue those down together. That's going to make the main base of our candle holders. Once we have those glued together, we're going to move on to adding the top. And for the top of this, we're going to be using one of these glass and cement candle holders from Dollar Tree. Now, I think these alone are really unique and cool pieces. So always keep a lookout for stuff like this at Dollar Tree. I think lately they've really been coming out with some fun ideas. So all we're going to be doing is gluing these on top of the wood pencil holders. So one thing I want you guys to keep in mind whenever you're crafting, it doesn't have to be the most in-depth, longest craft ever for it to be something really pretty. And a lot of times when we're trying to come up with these video ideas, we understand that a lot of you are really busy and don't always have the time to make long, in-depth crafts. So we try to make some of these really simple for you guys. So we hope you enjoy the simplicity and hopefully they meet your standards on the outcome too. We want these to also look really pretty and high-end if we can, using Dollar Tree items. So the next part here, once we have all of those glued together, we're going to add some greenery. This is a Christmas pick that we got from Walmart last year. And you guys can use anything if you want to use Dollar Tree or Walmart. These are just some that I really liked and I thought would look pretty on the side of these. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this down on the side of the candle. Then we'll go in and wrap some twine around it to make it look like the twine is actually wrapped around holding it. It's just a little bit easier this way and gives you the same effect as if you tried to just hold it on there, wrap the twine around, and then tie it down. And of course, we'll just do the same thing for the smaller holder. What I'm going to do here is cut a couple smaller pieces of the pick off and then we'll glue those together and glue them on the side. So another reason for the twine, tying that around, is on the larger candle holder, you're going to see the seam there from where we glued both of these down. So what I wanted to do is try and hide that so it looked like one long piece of wood versus two stuck together. So that's going to be another added benefit of the twine being wrapped around. So all I did here was cut a long piece of twine. I'm going to wrap it around a few times and then just tie it in the back, or you can glue it down in the back, whichever works. But wrap it around a few times, especially on this bigger one, so that we can try and hide that seam. Again, giving that illusion that this is one solid piece of wood versus two put together. And now we're pretty much done. You can kind of see it coming together. Just adding that twine, I think, takes it a little bit to the next level, covering up that seam. Any little time you can do something like that, definitely do it. It's just going to add to the overall effect at the end and how finished your product looks. And the last part is adding one of these little candles from Walmart. For this project, we're going to start with a couple of these mini Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. And then these were really neat. We saw these wandering around the store the other day. These are some tree sacks from Dollar Tree. There's the Merry Emperite and then the Snowflake one. So I'm going to use one of each. But really cool, just kind of that burlap style. And I thought it would be fun to use that as a base to hold the tree. So the first thing I'm going to do here is start angling these branches upwards. So this is going to create more fullness on the tree and then also just give it a little bit different of a style than just having it sticking straight out. So you can style it however you want. You can leave it kind of more minimal and just straight out. You can angle it up, or We did another video recently where we angled all of these down to create a really full tree, and then we zip tied a few of them together and did a DIY flocking. So if you guys have not seen that video, definitely check it out. I'll leave a link for it right here. But for this one, we're gonna angle them up to go in our sack. The next part to try and keep this a little bit more upright and balance the tree better in the sack is I'm just gonna stick this in some of this floral foam from Dollar Tree. Now, when I was originally filming this, I thought that it would be easier to just put it all the way to the bottom and then fill the top portion up with some grocery sacks. However, I didn't really like the look when I went to set this up and take pictures of it. I felt like the bottom was just really flat and flimsy. It didn't look good. So what I would suggest instead is if you can add maybe some rocks in the bottom here to fill in the corners and make it look more full. What that's also going to do is give you some weight so that this is going to stand upright. The way that I did it didn't really work that great as holding it upright, but it did give it fullness. So instead of having the foam all the way to the bottom and pressing it flat like that, I just didn't like that look. I would put some smaller rocks in there to fill in those bottom corners, then put your foam base in, and then at the top put some bags or maybe a few more rocks and then some bags just to add some fullness to the sack. But the rocks at the bottom are going to create that weight to hold this upright. And this is kind of where I was talking. If you wanted to, you could angle all of these down or you could go upright with them. That's totally up to you and your style. But that's really all there is to this project. I thought it was a really cute idea for the base of a tree. And again, you could take this further if you wanted to add some flocking or some ornaments, lights. That's totally up to you. Just wanted to mostly give you the idea of how cute these are with just these little burlap sacks. To start this project, we're going to be using 3 of these wood pen holders from Dollar Tree, and then we're going to add a few things to these. So the first one's going to be this wood reindeer. This came from Walmart. It came in a pack with a bunch of other wood objects, some snowflakes and some other reindeer for just a few dollars. This is from Dollar Tree. We're going to be using the wood snowflake, and then these wood stars are also from Dollar Tree. So what we want to do is pick out a star, a snowflake, and then this reindeer. I'm just going to remove this backing here. We don't need the sticky part here. We're just going to end up gluing these. So what I'm doing is painting these all white. Now you can use just some acrylic paint, some chalk paint, spray paint. I'm just going to run these out and spray paint them real quick. I just find that to be easiest for me. And then we're going to give those a few coats of the matte white spray paint from Krylon. Once those are dried, we can move on to gluing these down. Now this is where you could just leave the pen holders as is. So if you wanted to just leave it like this, it'd be really clean and a simple design, which I think would look pretty. But I wanted to add a little bit more, so that's why I painted these white, and then we're just gonna glue these on the front here of the pen holders. Once we have the bases done, we can move on to adding our trees. So these are the bottle brush trees that you can get from Five Below, and they had some really pretty ones there. And the small one is $125, the medium one $225, and then the large tree is $325. So still not bad prices. They look really pretty. They kind of have like a flocking and then glitter to them. Now this one right here is a Dollar Tree one. You can find ones really similar to the Five Below ones. I like the Five Below ones a little bit more, but if you wanted to stick with Dollar Tree, you could definitely do that. Now to connect these, I'm just going to drill a little hole here in the center. If you don't have a drill, maybe you could try just like a nail. What you want to do is make sure that your drill bit or your nail is going to be similar size to the wire here on the base of the tree so that you can get that through. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on the end of the base, and then I'm gonna actually flip it over and put some hot glue on the underneath part of the wood pen holder. Now I found the easiest way to get these to stand up straight and be really secure is just adding that glue on the base here, sliding it through, and then flipping it over and putting quite a bit of hot glue on the other side. And then from there, I just held the tree itself and the base here together for a little while that glue dried. That way I knew it was not gonna be falling to one side or the other. And then once it's dry, it actually holds up really well. And that's really it. It's a simple project. If you're wanting something to kind of upgrade the base of your bottle brush trees, this is a perfect way, whether it's Five Below, Dollar Tree, or another type. This is a great way to go. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want more Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs, we have our playlist. Don't forget to check it out right here. I know you'll love all the other amazing Christmas DIYs. But as always, have a wonderful day. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video.